John leaves here today, and a big old brick falls out of the sky, and it cracks you in the head, okay? Mm-hmm. So you're delirious. He's not thinking clearly. And he's going, I don't know, he's going to go to the Polo Tropical down the street, and he gets out there on the road, and he sees a really bad car accident. John, there's arms, there's legs, there's blood flying everywhere. Being a caring, compassionate, loving young man I can tell he is, he decides to stop and help. But because he's not thinking clearly, he forgets all the information he had today. He forgets that if you come across somebody who's hurt and bleeding and you don't have any gloves on you, you need to put a barrier between you and their blood. John doesn't think about it. Blood splashes all over it, gets in a cut in his hand, and he gets HIV. What is, you get 3 lifelines too, okay? And anybody but your teacher can be your lifeline. What, or Ryan, anybody else. What is the incubation period of the HIV virus? That means how long from the time John gets it till the time John could give it to somebody else. You can pick a lifeline.
Remember, this is Dr. Strauss' assistant medical.
He picked Caesar, however. Caesar, take a guess. Within 24 hours? Caesar should know the right answer. He's had to hear me a whole bunch of times, but you want to pick one more person?
I'm going to go with the doctor on this one.
Oh, that's hard for him, though. That's not things he's supposed to know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Incubation period. Now, this would be
Don't analyze, because when you start analyzing, you go in there.
Since the virus could be instantaneously in this body, so I would say immediately.
30 minutes. HIV is you were very close, Caesar. HIV is a bloodborne pathogen. It enters his body. It circulates his bloodstream. He is contagious immediately. Most people in this room thought 6 months, a year, 10 years, okay? How soon do we think he would test positive on a traditional HIV antibody test if he went and had one? You got a couple of volunteers over there. 6 months? 6 months? Anybody else? 2 weeks to 6 months? 99.9% of people exposed will test positive. On a traditional HIV antibody test, most people test positive right at 3 months if they go and have an HIV test done. But most people, John, never get a test till they get sick. You don't have an HIV test when you have a physical for work, a physical to play sports, when your appendix is ruptured and you're rushed to the emergency room.
What about when you get blood?
When you get blood, you get consent. Exactly. But most people never get a test till they get sick. And how long do you think it takes the average person from the time they get HIV until the time they get sick? What do you guys think? 5 years? Anybody else want to help John out? She's trying over there. What do you think? 2 years? It's hand signals. I don't have my glasses on. I'm getting really old. You know, I've had that. When I turned 40, my doctor said, oh, your eyes are going to go any minute because you hit 40. It didn't happen, but I turned 42 a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden, I'm blind. Anybody else want to help John? What do you think? How long?
I say a year.
A year? A year? 10 to 12 years. 10 to 12 years. That's misleading. Some people get infected, get sick, and could get dead in 6 or 7. We have other people living 15 years with virtually no signs and symptoms. But 10 to 12 years, pretty good news, John? Better than a year.
Oh, better than a year.
But why is it bad?
Someone to die.
Well, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Ladies, why is it bad? John's got 10 to 12 years to look good, feel good, and infect somebody, not because he would want to, not because he's being an evil, just because somebody said he's a guy. He doesn't know. The largest group and the fastest growing group of diagnosed AIDS cases are between the ages of 24 and 33. But if it took them 10 to 12 years to get there, it means they got it when they were 14, 16, 18, and 20. Middle school, high school, and college. And how many people could have gotten infected along the way? A lot, right? Thank you, John. Give him a hand. That was painless.